show you how to do board offs in cold weather, or in case you need to have booties on because you have something sharp on the bottom. And the problem is that if you try to do a board off with boots on, it will stick. So you get in there with your boot, and now it doesn't matter what kind of boot you have, it will stick. The problem is this stuff's got too much traction on it. It's too thick. It's almost impossible, no matter what kind of boot. But if you have a dive sock, suddenly it becomes really easy to do board off. So this is just a dive sock, Cressi 3 meter, on, off. It's simple, but there's a problem. And the problem is that these soles wear out after one session. So what do you got to do? You got to coat them, and then they'll last all season. Now I've already done it to a pair of socks, and this has a coating of silicone. I don't think it matters too much what coating you use. And you'll see that with this coating on, still quite easy to do board offs. And I'm going to show you how to make one of these socky things for yourself. For the dive sock, I recommend the stretchiest kind you can get, and you don't want any thickness on the bottom. This is a really good brand. Cressi Palma LT 3mm. It's very stretchy. If you're on a half size, you want to size up. So if I'm like a 10.5, choose 11, whatever that is. It comes in X large, large, medium, etc. But size up a half, just so it's nice and comfortable. Now, first of all, we've got to build a device for our sock. And let me get some better cardboard. Something that will keep your sock in place while you apply the Shoe Goo or whatever. This is so it lays flat when you apply the goo. If it doesn't lay flat, then it'll be more difficult to smooth it out. And then you stuff it with socks or whatever you have lying around. All right, now it's time to apply the goo. I actually think it's not possible to apply this too thick. So put on as much as you want. I think the Shoe Goo is less likely to stick to sand than the silicone. So I think Shoe Goo is a little bit better. If you don't do this, the first time you walk with your dive socks out on the beach, they'll get holes. And no one can afford to buy new dive socks every session. I have two. And this is one I did 2 seasons ago. If it starts to wear off, you can always touch up with another coat. So this will be my second pair. So I have a spare in case I lose them or forget them or these wear out. But they have lasted really a long time. So I think if you treat one pair of socks, then you'll be set for cold water board offs. Or if you get cut all the time, use one of these things and start doing those board offs, because if you're in straps, it's one of the funnest things you can do.